Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu delivered a 60-minute speech to the U.S. Congress, during which attendees stood and applauded 58 times. After the speech, Netanyahu received U.S. approval and support for war against Lebanon. Upon his return to Israel, the Sixth Middle East War will fully break out with Lebanon as the starting point. Currently, Middle Eastern countries, with China's intervention, have internally reconciled and formed a unified front. In this situation, Israel will have no chance of victory, and the U.S. will inevitably get involved in the war. Israel is just one reason for the U.S. to get involved. More crucially, the U.S.'s own economic situation is on the brink of collapse. Recently, as a U.S. ally, Germany warned all domestic enterprises and individuals to immediately sell off their dollars, believing that the dollar could collapse at any moment. This is because the U.S.'s publicly acknowledged debt has reached $36 trillion, and these debts are coming due soon. If the U.S. cannot pay the massive interest, it will lose all credibility. Additionally, if the U.S. personally participates in the war, it will inevitably face Chinese resistance, as the essence of the Middle East war is the overflow of Sino-U.S. conflicts. The current high inflation in the U.S. means there is money but nothing to spend it on, as all goods are in China's hands. However, China's situation is not optimistic either, because while it has goods, it can't convert them to money if they don't sell. What you could buy for $100 last year now costs $200, which is the main reason. Interestingly, on July 20th, China called on nuclear-armed countries to jointly sign the No First Use of Nuclear Weapons Treaty, which can be seen as China being ready for a hot war. In fact, there was already a localized conflict using electronic warfare between China and the U.S. in the South China Sea not long ago, resulting in U.S. aircraft carriers withdrawing from the South China Sea and retreating from the first island chain blockade of China. Therefore, this Middle East war is completely different from previous ones. The U.S. will face a modern military group for the first time, and the way it used to exploit the technological gap in warfare will lose its effectiveness. This war will also completely change the world order formed after World War II.